We will use VS Code for our coding. In VS Code you get autocomplete for HTML, which makes your coding faster. Doctype. This tag tells the browser that the document follows the HTML5 standard. It is placed at the very top of the HTML file. HTML. The root tag that wraps all the elements on the page. We can specify the language of the page with lang attribute. Today we will learn some basic formatting of our web page. First, we will write the code and check the output. An HTML element is defined by a start tag, some content, and an end tag. H1 is typically used for the main title of a page, while H2 to H6 are used for subheadings. These tags define the structure and hierarchy of content, with H1 being the most important and H6 the least important. The P tag defines a block of text as a paragraph. It automatically adds space before and after the content for readability. The strong tag is used to highlight important text, rendering it in bold by default. This tag has a semantic meaning, implying that the text is of strong importance. The EM tag is used to emphasize text, often rendering it in italics. It suggests that the content has a slight emphasis, typically for stress or intonation. The HR tag inserts a horizontal rule or line across the page, used to separate sections of content. The BR tag is used to insert a line break within a block of text, forcing the next content to start on a new line. It's often used in addresses, poetry, or when you want a manual break. That's it for this part of the HTML tutorial. See you in part 3. Thanks for watching. Welcome to third part of the HTML series. We will learn about lists, images, and anchor tag, which is used to create links. So let's get started. There are two types of lists in HTML. Unordered and ordered. In unordered list each item is represented with bullets, and in ordered list each item is represented with a number or alphabet. Unordered list starts with UL element and contains LI element for each item in the list. Ordered list starts with OL. It has an attribute type. Type by default is numeric, means a list of represented with numbers. We can change the type attribute of ordered list to show list items with alphabets instead of numbers. With start attribute of ordered list, we can define the number with which the list will start. Now we will learn how to insert images in your web page. img is the tag to insert images in a web page. src or source attribute is the path to the image. The source can be same server or can be a link to a web address of the image. The alt attribute provides alternative information for an image. If a user for some reason cannot view it because of slow connection and error in the src attribute, or if the user uses a screen reader. Width and height attributes show the image in the dimensions mentioned. If these attributes are not given, the image will be shown in its original size. Width and height can be in percentage too. Now we will learn about anchor tag, which is used to create links in the web page. Links are important for a website. They not only connects different pages of the same website but also connects a website with external websites. Links in web page is created with anchor tag. href or hypertext reference is used to give path of the link. There are three types of links in the web page. A link when clicked can take the user to a different section of the web page, like top of the page or the bottom of the page or somewhere in the middle. A link can take a user to a different page on the same website. Or a link can take a user to a different website. An image can also be used as a link. Thank you for watching this tutorial. See you in the next part. Welcome to another part of HTML5 tutorial. In this part, we will learn about some common containers in HTML5. There are two types of containers in HTML, block and inline. A block level element always starts on a new line, takes all the width of the screen. And the browsers automatically add some space before and after the element. Paragraph element is a block type element, whereas anchor element is inline element. Inline elements only takes the space of the content and only used for styling of a part of the content. Div is a block element. Div is used to group other HTML elements for styling. Div element can contain other divs. Span is an inline element. Span is used inside other elements to give style to a portion of the content. Just like div, span can also be nested for styling. As you can see in the output, each div is on a new line, but span within a span did not give any line break. There are some other containers also available in HTML5. The header element is used as a container for introductory content or navigational links. The footer element is used at the end of the web page to put copyright information, related links, or address and maps. Thanks for watching. See you in the next part. Welcome to another video on HTML5 tutorial. In this part, we will learn about tables in HTML. Table element represents tabular data that is show data on the web page in rows and columns. Table starts with table tag. It is the main container of the table. T-head is used to define header area of table. It contains th tags to show headings for columns. T-body is a container for the main data of table. TR is used to define a table row which contains TD or table data tag to show the actual data. BG color is a legacy tag. Most of the table styling is done in CSS now. We are using it just to show different areas of the table. Col span is used to merge two or more columns. Row span is used to merge two or more rows. Let's take a look at another example. Text and images can be shown side by side in table format. Tables can be merged together to have a complex table layout. It means a table can have another table inside one of its table data tag. Let's have a look at merge tables. Thanks for watching. See you in the next part. Welcome to this tutorial of HTML. In this tutorial, we will learn about some not so known elements of HTML. First, we will learn about some text formatting elements. Mark element is used to highlight text on the web page. S element is used to strike out text. Q element is used to put text in quotes. Now we learn about some other types of input element. Input hidden is used to send data to server which is hidden to the user, such as customer number or geolocation of the user. Input type date is used to get date input from user. It can also have some value as a default. Same as date, we can also get time input from the user. We can also get date and time input combined in one input element. We can also put a progress bar to show progress of some work on the web page. It take value and max attributes to show the progress. The details tag specifies additional details that the user can open and close on demand. The summary tag is used with details tag to specify a visible heading for the details. These were some additional tags in HTML5. Hope you have enjoyed this tutorial. Please tell us in comments section. In this tutorial, we will learn basic styling of web page. CSS or cascading style sheets is a vast topic with hundreds of properties and settings. We will learn only the basics of CSS. We need some HTML elements to style. So let's add a heading and a paragraph to our web page. Styles can be applied to an element in three ways. First, we can apply styles with style attribute of the element. Let's add style to our paragraph, heading, and body elements. Second method is to add a style block in the head section of the web page. This is called internal styling. For any color value, we can give color name like green red or light green, or we can give red green blue or RGB values to generate a color. We can also give 6-digit hexadecimal value of the color. Next method of applying styles is through an external file. We can give the file any name, but extension should be CSS. We will link that file to the web page in the head section of the web page. rel is the attribute to specify the relationship of the file with the web page. In this case it is a style sheet. href attribute defines the path of the file. The main benefit of keeping the styles in a separate file is that same styles can be applied to multiple pages. If we want to change the style or the page of a website, we only need to update the stylesheet file and it will be applied to all the pages. We only need to link stylesheet file with the web page. As you can see, both the pages share the same stylesheet file, so the styles of the elements are consistent on both the pages. As you can see, there are two paragraph elements on this page. If we want to give different style to each one, we can do it by giving them distinct ID. Or a better way is to define a class and apply it to the elements. Class starts with a period. On the web page, class attribute of the HTML element is used to apply the styles in the class. Same class can be applied to multiple elements. We can also give gradient backgrounds to our web page. Background image property is used to give both a background image and a gradient background. Linear gradient property is used to give start color and end color values to define a gradient. Set background repeat property to no repeat and background attachment property to fix to apply the gradient on the whole web page. URL value of background image property can have a local file path or a web address of the image file to be used as a background. Background property can be applied to any HTML element. Like here, we are using an image as a background of a class. We can apply this class to any element. Width and height of an element can be adjusted with these properties. Padding defines the space between elements' boundaries and the content. Margin defines the space between other elements on the web page. Both padding and margin can be defined for all sides individually, like padding left, padding right, or margin top and margin bottom. The default margin between elements is 10 pixels. We can remove that margin by giving it a 0 value in body. As you can see, both the divs have no margin and they are adjacent to each other.
Border property puts a border around HTML element. It takes 3 values: size, style, and color. You can change the style to dotted or dashed. Inset or outset style puts a frame around element. Font property is used to define the writing style of the element on the web page. This font should be either installed on the server or has a link of the font, such as Google Fonts, or you can upload a font file to the web server. We can add a list of fonts. Server will try to implement the first font. If it does not find it, then the next, and so on. It is good practice to add more than one font in the list. Font size defines the size of the font. Font style defines the style, such as italic. And font weight defines how heavy font should look, like bold or bolder. Text decoration property can be used to put a line under the text. It can be dotted or dashed. If we put a link on the web page, it will be shown in blue text with an underline style. We can change this by using styles. We can also combine styles, like in this example the style will be applied on the link in my div 1 only and not on the link in my div 2. Thank you for watching this brief introduction to styling web page with CSS. Please like and subscribe this channel for more like this tutorials. Thank you.